Hello. This is going to be a short one, I think. I hope so. Because I have like no notes actually this time. Hi, my name is Dami. I'm a writer, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about going into November NanoWrimo. Now, I'm not going to go into any of the controversy with NanoWrimo because if you're here, you probably are aware. And if not, I will just link some videos that do go into the controversy with NanoWrimo down below. The thing about NanoWrimo is that this isn't the first year that they've been caught doing foolishness. At least this year, the issue with NanoWrimo is apparently if you are anti-AI in the creative writing space, you are ableist and potentially racist. I disagree with that statement, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Going into November, you might see some videos from me that are titled NanoWrimo, and that's really because that's how most people are aware of NanoWrimo. Like, I think we haven't, as a community, come up with another term or another descriptor for like this sort of activity. I am not for the organization, but I will be referring to it moving forward still as NanoWrimo because that is a community event that people know what that word is. People recognize. Thank you for your deep breathing, Winston. People recognize that term and know what it is, but their organization sucks. Moving on. What I'll be working on in November is an adult steampunk fantasy, and it is Arcane and the Incredible Hulk vibes. I've already written it for starters. It's about 64,000 words, where I left off about a year ago. I've had some time away from it, which means I'm kind of coming in with fresh eyes, new perspectives, and new ideas, which is nice. So there's still an element of playing in the sandbox with this story. I think for this story to be complete, I need to get to like 90,000 words, like minimum. So there's still an element of playing on the sandbox, and there's a little bit of revisions happening as well. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm a revision or a drafting girly. I feel like I'm one of those writers who doesn't like writing. Now let me explain. I cannot draft and draft alone. Like, I will press the backspace button. I know there are these really cool like word processing devices that basically ensure that you just draft and don't edit as you go. My brain is very 3 steps forward, 1 step back, 3 steps forward, 1 step back, and I can't like slow it down fast enough. And so I do some revising in the middle. Or as I'm writing, like I changing the sentence structure. If I get super frustrated, I might just like word vomit on the page and then rearrange things as I go. So for that reason, I think I don't like drafting. I prefer revising because I'm like, finally, I can just do the thing I want to do. I can fix this and make this the most beautiful English ever. And I think Rita Cindy mentioned this once in a video where she was like, I don't like writing, and I really did. I really did resonate with that. I love daydreaming and imagining my characters doing things, and then when it's time to write it, I really just want to write like my favorite scenes and just like move on, kind of. I don't have kids. I imagine people who have kids and all the kids are out of the house feel the same way that I do about writing. During the 18 years that they're living in your house, we hear so much of they're a nuisance, they will destroy your life and your body and all this other negative stuff, but also like they're cute chippy cheeks and they're so cute and it's so fulfilling. And if you don't have kids, sometimes it's hard to understand, like, are you gaslighting yourself? Like, have you been Stockholm syndrome into thinking you like kids? And I say this as someone who does want kids. But sometimes parents will talk with their kids and the process of raising them, and I'm like, I think you got bamboozled. But then like, well, do you regret it? Would you go back to do it again? They're like, oh my gosh, yes. And in a sense, like, that's basically what happens every time someone has more than one child, right? Like, we've seen the terror that is childbirth. Like, we know what it is, painful, traumatic, horrendous, the worst. And somehow, like, 2 years later, they're pregnant again. I'm like, I thought this wasn't fun. And they're like, no, it's not, but it's so worth it. And I'm like, how? You have bags under your eyes and you look exhausted and they're expensive. And yet here I am as a person who wants children, right? Make it make sense. I feel like that's how I feel about writing, which is as I'm doing it, I'm like enjoying parts of it. It's parts of it, like, especially when the words just kind of flow freely. You're like, wow, yes, that is what was in my head. I can do it. Yes, go me. And it feels so fulfilling. At other times it's like bashing your head against a typewriter. Sometimes my husband will walk in and he's like, are you having fun? There have been times during, like, as I'm writing, Tyler, my husband's name is Tyler, he's like, are you having a good time, or are you sure this is fun still? And it's so hard to explain. Yes, like, I really am enjoying this process. I forget what the point. Oh no, the point was drafting sucks. Now, big announcement, and this is kind of really why I'm making this video, is going into November, going into NaNoWrimo. Discussion that I've had before is, should I start a Discord? for the authortube space community, and not necessarily just creators, but anyone who's here writing. And in the end, I did. And so I have the Discord. The Discord is live. You can join with the link down in the description box. And it is run and led by myself and CK Jensen. And I will also link their content creator too. They're newer to the community, so give them so much love and so much welcome. I will also link them down below in the description box. But they are a mod as well. And I'm really excited about it because I was very nervous about doing this by myself. While I was going live last week with Jordy, you know, I think 2 people in the chat were trying to get connected. One person, I think it was Miley, if I'm remembering. Miley, am I getting your name correct? Am I remembering it was you? But I think one person in the chat, Miley, is not on social media, which props to you. Is not real on social media, so it's kind of hard to find a way to get connected. And CK was trying to get connected to Miley, and I was like, this is why Discord would be great. Yeah, it's kind of like a social media platform, but it is like just text, voice notes, and really building a community in this offline sort of space. So I hope they were able to get connected, but that's how CK and I got connected. Now we are modding this Discord together, and so it's not just me. And this is another, what's so great about this authortube community, and this is, actually I do want to do a video about, which is how has YouTube been so helpful and amazing for me. But this is really my first time building a writing community. I've never before had one. I was on Twitter for a while, couldn't really get connected, and that's not Twitter's fault. Anyone else who is an author on Twitter's fault. It just wasn't like for me. I've talked about Instagram before. I've met really great people on Instagram as well, but couldn't really find my people there either. And I feel like here on this YouTube space is the first time I'm finding other writers and people I'm connecting with, and I do want to swap pages with, and I do want to like read their work and get their feedback and vice versa and all this type of stuff. And so I really love this YouTube space for that reason. And so anyway, so the Storyteller Society, it is now live. It will be in the description box below. That's the big announcement. That's basically why I made this video. While you're at it, while you're joining the Discord, go ahead and also follow CK Jensen, because they're amazing and they've been really great in just help and just getting this set up too. It's going into November. This is a place for writers to just connect and talk about how writing is going and how the month is going and our wins and our woes and Pinterest boards and inspiration and Spotify playlists and what's good, what's not good, self-publishing for people who are interested in self-publishing to like get connected with each other and exchange resources. Same thing for TradPub. People are querying, can you read my query letter? All the type of stuff I do hope happens in this space. Yeah, so thanks CK for helping me out. Definitely go follow them and their channel. I think that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope today's video was mildly interesting and entertaining. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the next one. I wish we could skip right to the end, but we keep dancing slow like